They may have looked like angels on the silver screen, but behind the glamour and red lipstick, many old Hollywood actresses had a ruthless streak. Many of the perfectly rehearsed smiles hid dark tempers, toxic behavior, and in some cases, a complete disregard for anyone who stood in their way. Long before social media and tabloid exposés, the cruelest stars of the golden age operated behind the scenes, controlling careers, manipulating lovers, and waging quiet wars with co-stars. Some were rumored to be emotionally abusive, others were feared for their explosive tempers, and a few were even connected to scandals that shook the entire industry. From timeless beauties to award-winning legends, these women ruled the industry with sharp tongues and iron fists. Studio heads may have tried to protect their images, but the real stories eventually surfaced. This is the dark, dramatic side of vintage Hollywood, the one where fame came with fury. Here are 17 vintage actresses whose cruel and dangerous behavior made them unforgettable for more than just their talent. Lana Turner. Lana Turner was one of the most glamorous actresses of the 1940s and 1950s, a true screen siren known for her beauty and tragic roles, but nothing she played on screen compared to the real-life drama that unfolded behind closed doors. In 1958, Turner's teenage daughter, Cheryl Crane, stabbed and killed Johnny Stompanato, Lana's violent and controlling boyfriend. The shocking incident made national headlines and rocked Hollywood to its core. According to Cheryl, the stabbing was in self-defense, an attempt to protect her mother from yet another abusive encounter. Stompanato, a known gangster with mob ties, had reportedly threatened to kill Lana during a heated argument when Cheryl intervened. The court ruled the killing justifiable homicide, but the public wasn't convinced everything added up. Whispers spread that Lana might have manipulated the situation, using her daughter as a shield to escape the abusive relationship without tarnishing her image. She even cried dramatically during her testimony, which many called a performance. The scandal revealed more than just a violent night. It exposed a troubled household marked by fear, secrets, and emotional instability. Though Lana's career survived, her reputation never fully recovered. The incident remains one of the most notorious moments in Hollywood history, casting a long, dark shadow over the life of a woman who, to the public, had always seemed flawless. Behind the fame, there was chaos, and Lana Turner was right in the center of it. Bette Davis. Bette Davis was one of the most talented actresses to ever grace the silver screen. But her legendary performances came with a reputation for being equally fierce behind the scenes. Known for her sharp tongue, unapologetic attitude, and refusal to be controlled by Hollywood's leading men or studio heads, Davis quickly earned a reputation as someone not to be crossed. Her most infamous rivalry was with fellow actress Joan Crawford, a feud that spanned decades and began during the tense filming of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. The set was filled with passive-aggressive stunts, rumored sabotage, and unrelenting tension. Crawford reportedly placed weights in her costume to hurt Davis during a scene, while Davis publicly called Crawford talentless. Their icy glares weren't just acting, it was real animosity captured on camera. Davis didn't confine her conflicts to Joan Crawford alone. She frequently clashed with co-stars, dismissed directors she didn't respect, and challenged studio executives over roles and contracts. Her brutal honesty and relentless drive reflected a take no prisoners approach to Hollywood. While her confrontational personality may have alienated some, it also helped her become a powerful woman in a male-dominated industry. Bette Davis was a true queen, just not always a benevolent one. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich was the epitome of the femme fatale archetype both on and off screen. Her performances often featured strong, independent women who defied societal norms, and her distinctive style became legendary. Dietrich's relationships were marked by manipulation and emotional complexity. She had numerous affairs, some short-lived, some lasting decades, often overlapping and almost all known to her husband. Dietrich's daughter, Maria Riva, provided a candid portrayal of her mother in her biography, describing her as manipulative and emotionally distant. Riva recounted instances of neglect and criticism, painting a picture of a woman whose pursuit of perfection often came at the expense of personal relationships. Beyond her personal life, Dietrich's public persona was a carefully constructed image of seduction and control. She famously wore men's suits, challenging gender norms of the era and exuded confidence and sensuality in her androgynous style. Her ability to manipulate powerful men to further her career was well documented, and she allegedly engaged in psychological games with both men and women, using her allure and intellect to maintain dominance in her relationships. Clara Bo. Clara Bo, dubbed Hollywood's original It Girl, captivated audiences in the 1920s with her charm and flapper style. However, her rise to fame was marred by personal turmoil and public scandal, leading some to question whether she was a victim of Hollywood's exploitation or an exploiter herself. Bo's personal life was a whirlwind of controversy. She was known for her wild parties and tumultuous relationships, which often made headlines. Her affair with a member of the University of Southern California football team became infamous, with rumors suggesting it led to a scandalous incident involving multiple players. Additionally, her secretary, Daisy DeVoe, was arrested for embezzling funds from Bo, and in retaliation, DeVoe leaked salacious details about Bo's personal life to the press, further tarnishing her reputation. As Bo's fame skyrocketed, she allegedly distanced herself from old friends and acquaintances. Reports suggest that she abandoned those who had supported her before her rise to stardom, focusing instead on her new life in Hollywood. This behavior fueled perceptions of her as self-centered and indifferent to the people who had helped her along the way. Despite her public persona as a carefree flapper, Bo's life was marked by deep personal struggles. She faced a challenging childhood and battled mental health issues throughout her life. The pressures of fame and the relentless scrutiny of the media took a toll on her well-being, leading to a nervous breakdown in 1931. In conclusion, Clara Bo's legacy is a complex mix of triumph and tragedy. While she may have exploited her image to achieve fame, she also fell victim to the very system that propelled her to stardom. Her story serves as a cautionary tale of the perils of fame and the personal costs of living in the public eye. Mae West. Mae West was a revolutionary figure in early Hollywood, renowned for her bold wit, unapologetic sexuality, and unparalleled control over her career. She famously quipped, "When I'm good, I'm very, very good, but when I'm bad, I'm better." This highlighted her persona as both a sex symbol and a savvy businesswoman. West's influence extended beyond acting. She took charge of her scripts, casting, and production decisions, a rare feat for women in the 1930s film industry. Her assertiveness led to tensions with studio executives and, at times, resulted in the firing of collaborators who did not align with her vision. For instance, during the production of Klondike Annie, 1936, West's insistence on creative control led to significant changes in the film's direction, showcasing her dominance in the industry. In her personal relationships, West wielded her sexuality as both a shield and a weapon. She was known to manipulate admirers and colleagues, using her allure to maintain power dynamics that suited her. Her relationships often blurred the lines between genuine affection and strategic maneuvering, reflecting her complex approach to personal and professional interactions. Mae West's legacy is a testament to her mastery of self-presentation and control in an industry that often marginalized women. Her ability to navigate and manipulate the Hollywood system paved the way for future generations of women in entertainment. Fay Dunaway. Fay Dunaway, an Oscar-winning actress renowned for her roles in Bonnie and Clyde, Chinatown, and Network, has long been associated with a reputation for being difficult on set. Her intense performances often mirrored her off-screen persona, leading to numerous reports of confrontations and volatile behavior during productions. One of the most infamous incidents occurred during the filming of Mommy Dearest, 1981, where Dunaway's portrayal of Joan Crawford was marked by reported outbursts and clashes with the cast and crew. Co-star Rutanya Alda recounted being physically struck by Dunaway during a scene, highlighting the tense atmosphere on set. Additionally, Dunaway's behavior reportedly led to her near dismissal from Paramount Pictures due to her conduct. In more recent years, Dunaway's reputation for difficult behavior resurfaced when she was dismissed from the Broadway-bound play Tea at 5 in 2019. Reports indicated that she created a hostile environment, allegedly slapping and throwing objects at crew members, leading to concerns for their safety. Despite these controversies, Dunaway has publicly acknowledged her challenging behavior, attributing it in part to her struggles with bipolar disorder. In the 2024 HBO documentary, Fay, she discussed how her condition contributed to her actions, emphasizing that while it doesn't excuse her behavior, it provides context. While Fay Dunaway's legacy is undoubtedly marked by her exceptional talent and iconic roles, her off-screen behavior has left an indelible impact on Hollywood's history. Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds, celebrated for her wholesome image as Hollywood's girl next door, often navigated a complex interplay between public sympathy and personal ambition. Her 1959 divorce from Eddie Fisher, who left her for Elizabeth Taylor, was a highly publicized event that painted her as the wronged wife and mother. This portrayal not only garnered public support, but also bolstered Reynolds' career, with her subsequent films performing well at the box office, despite their artistic merits. The ensuing feud with Taylor became tabloid fodder, yet Reynolds later reconciled with Taylor, even starring together in the 2001 TV movie These Old Broads, co-written by Reynolds' daughter, Carrie Fisher. This collaboration highlighted Reynolds' ability to navigate personal conflicts for professional gain. While Reynolds maintained a public image of grace and resilience, her strategic use of media attention and public sympathy suggests a more calculated approach to managing her career and personal life. Vivian Lee. Vivian Lee, celebrated for her iconic roles in Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire, led a life marked by both brilliance and profound personal struggles. Behind her poised public image, Lee grappled with bipolar disorder, then known as manic depression, a condition that significantly influenced her behavior and interactions. On film sets, Lee's emotional volatility became evident. During the production of A Streetcar Named Desire, she experienced intense mood swings, sometimes exhibiting erratic behavior that unsettled her co-stars. Her portrayal of the fragile Blanche Dubois was so deeply intertwined with her own emotional turmoil that she later remarked, "I understand her, but playing her tipped me into madness." Her personal life mirrored this instability. In 1953, while filming Elephant Walk in Sri Lanka, Lee suffered a severe breakdown. Reports describe her as exhibiting aggressive outbursts, hallucinations, and erratic behavior, leading to her hospitalization and subsequent treatment with electroconvulsive therapy. Despite these challenges, Lee's talent remained undeniable. Her ability to channel her inner turmoil into her performances added depth and authenticity to her roles. However, her mental health struggles often led to strained relationships and a reputation for being difficult to work with, a label that overshadowed her professional achievements. Vivian Lee's legacy is a testament to her resilience and artistry. While her personal battles were tumultuous, they underscored the complexities of her character and the depth she brought to her craft. Gloria Swanson. Gloria Swanson was the ultimate star of the silent film era, a dazzling beauty with unmatched charisma and a flair for drama. But beneath the luxurious wardrobe and graceful poise was a ruthless perfectionist who didn't tolerate failure, especially from those who worked for her. On set and in her personal life, Swanson was known for being fiercely demanding, often pushing everyone around her to their limits in the name of artistic excellence. Reports from her co-workers described her as cold and cutting, quick to belittle assistants, stylists, and even directors who didn't meet her standards. Her obsession with control extended beyond the studio. Swanson was known to manipulate her romantic partners, often using her charm to gain influence or financial backing for her projects. She had a reputation for choosing lovers who could help further her career and discarding them once they'd served their purpose. Her role in Sunset Boulevard, playing a washed-up, controlling silent film star, was seen by many as eerily autobiographical. Though she later claimed she wasn't like her character Norma Desmond, those who knew her behind the scenes said otherwise. Swanson's iron fist rule made her a powerhouse in early Hollywood, but it also made her feared and, in some circles, resented. Gloria Swanson didn't just act like royalty, she demanded to be treated like it. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck was one of Hollywood's most respected leading ladies, praised for her powerful performances and steely on-screen presence. But according to those who knew her personally, the same toughness that made her a star also made her a feared and calculating figure behind the scenes. Cold, fiercely private, and ruthlessly strategic, Stanwyck was known for building her career with precision, even if it meant stepping over others to get to the top. One of the most controversial aspects of her legacy involves her alleged support for the Hollywood blacklist during the Red Scare. Though she never publicly admitted to naming names, Stanwick was a vocal anti-communist and an active supporter of the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals, a group that contributed to the climate of fear and suspicion during the McCarthy era. Some industry insiders accused her of quietly helping to blacklist actors and writers she deemed un-American. In her personal life, she kept emotional walls high. Her marriage to actor Robert Taylor was said to be more of a business arrangement than a romance, and friends often described her as cold and distant. Unlike many stars of her time, Stanwick didn't play the part of the soft, approachable sweetheart. She was strong and she wanted everyone to know it. Her tough persona wasn't just for the cameras. For Barbara Stanwyck, it was a lifestyle. Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball may be remembered as America's comedy queen, the lovable redhead from I Love Lucy who brought joy to millions, but behind the iconic laugh track was a woman who demanded perfection and control at every turn. While her comedic timing was legendary, so was her iron grip over her show and everyone involved in it. Ball was known to micromanage every detail of her productions, from script revisions to lighting cues. Cast and crew often described working with her as walking on eggshells. She could be warm and generous one moment and then fly into a temper the next if things didn't meet her expectations. While her perfectionism helped create one of television's most successful shows, it also made her difficult to work with behind the scenes. Her involvement in the Red Scare further complicated her legacy. Though she was briefly investigated for registering to vote as a communist in 1936, Ball managed to clear her name and protect her career. Critics have long speculated that her political connections and influence helped her emerge unscathed, while other actors with far fewer ties were blacklisted and ruined. Some insiders believe she turned a blind eye to the fate of colleagues, as long as her own empire remained intact. Lucille Ball was undeniably a pioneer, but her road to the top wasn't all smiles and slapstick. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, celebrated as one of Hollywood's most iconic beauties, was equally famous for her turbulent love life and multiple marriages. Often dubbed the husband snatcher, Taylor's reputation was shaped not only by her stunning looks, but also by her knack for captivating powerful men. Her most notorious scandal involved Eddie Fisher, who left his wife Debbie Reynolds for Taylor, igniting a media frenzy in the late 1950s. This event became one of Hollywood's most talked about love triangles, with Taylor positioned as the woman who broke up a seemingly perfect marriage. The scandal cemented her image as a femme fatale who used her charm and influence to get what she wanted, regardless of the consequences. Taylor's ability to manipulate situations extended beyond the Fisher affair. She was known for leveraging her charisma and strong-willed personality to secure roles, favors, and relationships, even if it meant betraying close friends or allies along the way. This combination of beauty and cunning made her a complex figure both admired and criticized. While her talent as an actress earned her numerous accolades, her personal life often overshadowed her career, making her one of Hollywood's most captivating yet controversial stars. Elizabeth Taylor's legacy is one of glamour, passion, and scandal, forever intertwined with the dramatic stories that surrounded her. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn, one of Hollywood's most legendary actresses, was often described as arrogant and aloof despite her iconic status. Known for her distinctive voice and fierce independence, Hepburn carried herself with a confidence that many interpreted as cold or distant. She was notorious for dismissing crew members and co-stars, sometimes treating them as if they were beneath her. This attitude contributed to a reputation for being difficult on set, as she maintained strict control over her working environment and personal space. Beyond her professional demeanor, Hepburn was fiercely private about her personal life. She kept her emotions guarded and rarely allowed outsiders to glimpse her vulnerability. This was especially true of her decades-long affair with Spencer Tracy, a married actor. Both of them cheated on their spouses with each other. Despite their deep and lasting relationship, Hepburn was careful to manage every aspect of it, demonstrating a strong need for control even in matters of the heart. Her ability to balance her demanding career with a complex private life added to her mystique, but also reinforced her image as a woman who was both powerful and emotionally guarded. Hepburn's blend of brilliance, independence, and aloofness made her a compelling but sometimes intimidating figure in Hollywood's golden era. Loretta Young. Loretta Young was widely known in Hollywood for her sweet, wholesome image, often portraying virtuous and graceful characters on screen. However, behind this public persona lay a far more complex and sometimes darker reality. One of the most shocking revelations about Young was that she had a secret child with Clark Gable, one of the biggest stars of the era. Due to the stigma surrounding unwed motherhood at the time, Young concealed the truth by passing the child off as adopted. This secret was carefully guarded for years, highlighting the lengths she went to protect her reputation and career in an unforgiving industry. Beyond this personal secrecy, Young was known for her outward piety, often presenting herself as a devoutly religious woman. Yet, insiders suggest that her saintly image masked a more manipulative and controlling side. She was reportedly adept at using her faith as a tool to influence and manage those around her, carefully crafting situations to her advantage. This behavior extended into her professional relationships, where she was deeply judgmental, especially toward colleagues who did not share her religious views or moral standards. Such attitudes sometimes created tension on set and contributed to her reputation as someone who could be difficult to work with. Loretta Young's life thus presents a fascinating contrast between the innocent and pure persona she projected and the secretive, sometimes harsh reality behind the scenes. Tula Bankhead. Tula Bankhead was an American actress renowned for her stage presence, husky voice, and uninhibited lifestyle. Born into a prominent Alabama political family, she defied her conservative upbringing to pursue a career in acting, gaining acclaim in both London's West End and on Broadway. Bankhead's performances in plays like The Little Foxes, 1939, and The Skin of Our Teeth, 1942, showcased her dramatic prowess, while her role in Alfred Hitchcock's film, Lifeboat 1944, earned her the New York Film Critics Circle Award for Best Actress. Offstage, Bankhead was known for her flamboyant and often erratic behavior. Her sharp wit and unapologetic openness about her sexuality and substance use made her a subject of both admiration and scandal. However, her heavy drinking and frequent drug use, particularly her addiction to sleeping pills and cocaine, took a significant toll on her health and career. Her substance abuse often led to missed performances, slurred speech, and unpredictable behavior, undermining her reputation as a disciplined actress. She was a fixture in social circles that included writers, artists, and political figures, often dominating conversations with her bold opinions and anecdotes. Despite her talents, Bankhead's personal excesses sometimes overshadowed her professional achievements. Her struggles with addiction and mental health issues affected her later career, leading to fewer roles and a decline in public favor. Zsa Zsa Gabor. Zsa Zsa Gabor was a Hungarian-American actress and socialite who epitomized glamour and extravagance in mid-20th century Hollywood. Crowned Miss Hungary in 1936, she immigrated to the United States in 1941, quickly becoming known for her beauty, charm, and distinctive accent. Gabor's film career included roles in Moulin Rouge, 1952, and Touch of Evil, 1958, but she was more famous for her off-screen persona. Her 9 marriages, including one to hotel magnate Conrad Hilton, and her witty remarks about love and wealth kept her in the public eye. She famously quipped, "I am a marvelous housekeeper. Every time I leave a man, I keep his house." Zsa Zsa Gabor's life was punctuated by high-profile incidents, most notably the 1989 altercation, where she slapped Beverly Hills police officer Paul Kramer during a routine traffic stop. This incident led to her conviction for battery on a police officer, driving without a valid license, and possessing an open container of alcohol, a flask of Jack Daniels in her Rolls-Royce. She was acquitted of disobeying an officer. The trial garnered significant media attention, with Gabor's courtroom demeanor described as defiant and unrepentant. In October 1989, Judge Charles G. Rubin sentenced Gabor to 72 hours in jail, 120 hours of community service at a women's shelter, a psychiatric evaluation, and fines, totaling nearly $13,000. Despite the sentence, Gabor delayed serving her jail time until July 1990. Upon completion, she emerged unrepentant, criticizing the jail's accommodations, but praising the officer's demeanor. Beyond this incident, Gabor was involved in a prolonged legal feud with actress Elke Sommer. In 1993, a jury awarded Sommer $2 million in damages after determining that Gabor and her husband, Friedrich von Anhalt, had defamed Sommer in German publications, portraying her as a financially troubled has-been. Financially, Gabor faced significant losses due to the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. In 2009, it was reported that she and her husband had lost up to $10 million through investments linked to Madoff's fraudulent activities. Gabor's later years were marked by health challenges and financial losses, including significant investments lost in Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. Shannon Doherty. Shannon Doherty, renowned for her roles in Beverly Hills, 90210, and Charmed, became a household name in the 1990s. However, her career was frequently overshadowed by reports of on-set conflicts and personal controversies. On Beverly Hills, 90210, Doherty's behavior reportedly included habitual lateness and a callous attitude, leading to tensions with co-stars and producers. Executive producer Charles Rosin described her attitude as appalling and indifferent. Her departure from the show in 1994 was attributed to these ongoing issues. Doherty's tenure on Charmed was similarly tumultuous. Reports indicated a feud with co-star Alyssa Milano, with Milano allegedly threatening legal action over a hostile work environment. This led to Doherty's exit from the series in 2001. Despite these challenges, Doherty later acknowledged her past behavior, attributing it to immaturity and personal struggles. She expressed regret for her actions, stating, "I have a rep. Did I earn it? Yeah, I did. But after a while, you sort of try to shed that rep because you're kind of a different person." Throughout her career, Doherty's off-screen behavior contributed to her reputation as a bad girl of Hollywood. However, she later sought to redefine herself, reflecting on her past and striving for personal growth. It's fascinating and a little unsettling to uncover the darker, more complicated sides of Hollywood's golden girls. Behind the glamour, some wielded power like a weapon, others masked manipulation with charm, and many weren't quite the saints the tabloids painted them to be. These stories prove that behind the spotlight, even legends had shadows. Thanks for watching. If any of these revelations caught you off guard, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold scandals of Hollywood's most iconic figures. Got a star or era you want us to explore next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the legend.